Hi, welcome to Mama Mosey Tarot. No captions, no hashtags, no turning sounds. If you're seeing me, it may be for a reason. Use your discernment. If I'm not for you, feel free to scroll away. But if you stay, that means you allow me in your energy to catch a vibe. So, why? Oh, I have the Oracle of Plain Secrets. Okay, so I have my other decks face up, and I'm not going to say anything. I just want to see where this reading goes. We've got the Vow, the Heart, and Kids on Bikes. And the Heart and Kids on Bikes came out together. So the Vow is a card about not making any huge, like, sweeping promises. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. This has a feeling of, I tried not to bring these into it because I didn't want to color it. It is what it is. I've got what I got. You know what I mean? I usually don't do love readings, but I've been getting a few lately, and this feels like another one. But before you listen to the rest of this, what do you want? If you want this person, if you want this relationship, it is 100% worth it. But you have to commit to it. And it's going to take work. There's going to be conflict, and you cannot just outshout this person. If you want to work together and be committed and remain in this type of connection where you are, of course, whole on your own, but you have that intimacy and that, it's like, I can't think of the word. It's like a sacred seeing. They see everything about you, and they know most things about you. But here's the thing. I feel like you guys have been apart for a while. So if you do want to get back into this, it is going to be a fight. And it's not just going to be fighting conflict between you and them. There are some things that you need to let go of. There's some shit you need to let go of. And I don't want to say, I don't want to be like, oh, you're gaslighting people. Maybe you don't know the whole truth. Maybe you haven't really gone in depth with it. You haven't examined it. Fuck, you might not have even just listened to their side. But there's something here that needs to be atomized. After that, secure connection, travel. Oh my God, travel. But that new mentality, you have got to approach this. This is not the same person. You are not the same person. You have got to approach this fairly. This is not the same person that may have done some things to you. This is not the same person that you may have done some things to. The facts of that reality are there, but you can't go back and undo what you did. They can't go back and undo what they did. You have to move forward, and you have to move forward fairly. We have the fucking Ace of Swords and then the Two of Swords, which can indicate a stalemate. But the fact that I kind of focused on the bindings on her eyes, like seeing, judging, being logical and using your reason, not your eyes, what your eyes see, not what you try to tell yourself in your head. It's concrete knowledge that you are basing these moves off of. And we got the Knight of Pentacles under that, so it might be a minute. You might have some time to address this before this person comes back. Or actually arrives. It feels like they're already headed back, but they might have some distance. Good news for you. We have the Seven of Cups, which is being frozen in indecision, and because specifically this card is more about, you're not too pressed about it. But it's like a little thing in there like, should I do this? Should I do this? What do I do? What do I change? We got Mushroom Death and the Empress. So there is a key here, and oh my God, it's not nihilism. It's not, oh, seen this before. Oh, know what this person's up to. This is being in this energy of accepting and realizing this person, seeing this person for who they are. And I wanted to say seeing in the light of day, but then we've got the draw to the dark corners of the world there. So I feel like I don't want to say you hold space for their shadows, but I feel like you can be way, way more accepting, given the understanding now, like more of an understanding of this person is just a person and they made some dumb mistakes, just like I did. This is Mushroom Death. So this is something being changed on the outside, but remaining the same at the core. Okay. So it might be that this person has definitely learned lessons and changed, possibly just because of you, but I hesitate to say that. We do have, what is this? The Seven of Swords and the Six of Cups. Now the Six of Cups with the Seven of Swords, this is carrying burdens that you weren't meant to. So it's like seeing all of their shadows and knowing what's kind of holding them back in some sense, or things that they need to process in some way. Like you have the key and they have the lock, but this is not your key to unlock. It's like you have a skeleton key, yeah, but they also have a key. They just need to use it. This is not your job. Your job is to be here with them, connecting with them, and providing support if they ask for it. If not, do not concern yourself with this, because you're going to start picking up swords and burdens that are going to start causing problems in the relationship. Okay, you cannot keep burning yourself to keep anybody else warm. But, like I was saying, the vow, the heart and kids on bikes. So we get the vow, don't make any big sweeping promises when this person comes back. Just straight up, don't make any promises. Just see what it is. Maybe this person's coming back and you're, I don't know, meant to be friends. Relax. See it for what it is. If you get too emotional and you start like panicking and making those panic decisions, be honest with them. Communicate. I swear we had communication. Oh yeah, conflict is inevitable, but through honest communication, you can find a way to resolve issues and strengthen your relationship. If you want to be intimate, you have to be intimate. If you want to be vulnerable, if you want them to be vulnerable, you have to show that it's okay, that this is different, that you are different. Okay, intimate relationships. Your intimate relationships are deepening, creating strong emotional connections that provide security and fulfillment. But you got to be honest. If something is bugging you, tell them. Okay. Now, I haven't addressed this yet. The heart, and it's 6:06 on the timer. The heart and kids on bikes. So the heart is the stories that we carry with us because they're ours. And then kids on bikes is just that joy of being able to go out and play, not really having to worry about anything except for the lights turning off, because then you know you had to get home, right? So the fact that these two came out together, it feels like, I do want to say, it feels like you're telling yourself that this is just something that just passed, and it was that one fling that you got, and it's just, really the vibes of the mom from The Notebook. So The Notebook has obviously got to be relevant here. But the mom, how she would still, like, she married this dude, had kids, they got a house, they have fucking host dinner parties and shit, but she still goes to see that dude she had that fling with, right? So it's like you're telling yourself that that's what this is. And you're trying to let it go, but what do you want? So we just had the barn owl and go away, along with an arrangement. So the barn owl is efficiency. It is made this way. It flies slow because it's so quiet. There's a point to everything about it. But then with this go away here and the arrangement, it's like you know that this is calling for you to become more efficient and to, I don't want to say better yourself, advance yourself, okay? Advance yourself, but you're just like, nope, no, absolutely not. I didn't sign anything. I love you. Okay. So, I kind of want to know what you can expect if you start this work on yourself, if you commit. I want to know what you can expect, what you need to maybe watch out for as well, so that you can stay on this path. Any obstacles or roadblocks that may get in your way, if you can prep for them, they might not seem so daunting, and it might be the difference between you continuing and you just taking a fucking seat on the side of the road and being like, fuck this. So what can you expect okay, well, it's the path you're meant to travel, but it is literally your choice. This came in stuck sideways out like this. So it's neither here nor there. This is just straight up your choice, and it's something you have to actually choose. That's why I keep saying, what do you want? The road is specific to what you want. And then we've got grains, so there is going to be work that needs to be put in here, but it does not have to be backbreaking, sweat, fucking gross work. It can be, I am putting my energy into this. I am putting my thought into this. I am putting my very sweat into this work because I choose to. But there will be great rewards. So as you can see, all of the grains, none of those fields are fallow. Isis might be significant as well. Oh. So these two came out yesterday. Pause and Wildness. Now, Wildness is a card of you terming things, certain parts about yourself as wild, and using that as a way to keep that part separate from the rest of you, because that part's not fit for society or whatever you want to call it. It's something that is not necessarily following the guidelines and mores of society. And I hesitate to put mores in there because that is a serious word. But it's like there are things about you that you would rather just kind of push off to the side than address. And that's totally fine. You don't need to even address them at this point. You just need to pause and acknowledge them. That there are wild parts of you that may take control sometimes, necessary, like when you shouldn't let that wildness take control, when you need to be working on your mentality, this Ace of Swords, what you actually think, how you logic, how you reason. And then we had Moth Children in reverse on the bottom of the deck. So this has become just my card of telling yourself stories. That things change, and and it's not that you're doing it out of a nefarious reason. It can be just self-defense and protection for yourself. But either way, there is not truth here. Okay? And that needs to be addressed. I mean, of course, everybody has free will. You don't need to do shit if you don't want to, but friendly. Yeah, there's this is Contraband Holdings. This is a card that there is a truth, but you don't know the whole truth yet. So the fact that that came out right after Moth Children, it's like possibly you haven't noticed that this has been happening, that you haven't noticed that these things have been changing, but that can all get cleared up. You just need to do the work. Hold on. Sorry, a little interruption. I'm going to go through one more time and see if there's anything else you need to know. If not, we're going to check the bottom of the deck energy. The symbol, innate knowledge that you hold, knowledge that you have. And you know what? No, it does. This is okay. And I think you might have, so the symbol with Moth Children and Holdings, it's like you kind of know, or it has been brought to your attention, you just have not accepted it. That there is a truth here that you don't know, and that you are kind of conveniently, and that sounds bad, I don't mean to dog you at all, using the fact that you don't have the whole truth as a kind of placeholder for when you need an escape or an excuse, right? A little boost. I'm not the asshole here. You're not. The only one. Everybody's an asshole in one way or another. But it only, I want to say it becomes an asshole thing when you refuse to see the truth that is being presented to you with evidence. And this could be messing up how you create and what you create as well. It might have certain things askew because you're not being honest with yourself in what you want. So asking for certain things when you're not being honest with what you want can turn into those things showing up in a different way, different flavor, different shade. Not what you specified. And then we've got the Doomful here as well, but this came out in reverse with Spire, so it's like you still are not ready to start this, because Doomful upright is a card of starting something that you should have started a long time ago, but thank God you're doing it now. But this is just straight up like, no thanks. It just feels like straight up denial. So, I mean, if you want to take this step, it's going to be work. It's going to be piece by piece under the cover of night when you have time. I don't want to say under the cover of night, that's just this card. But it's like piece by piece. It's not a big, huge scene of destruction. It's little piece by piece, fixing things, repairing things, replacing things that are no longer useful. But you have to want to do it. You have got to want to do it. 1313 on the timers. You have to decide and choose this every day. So we've also got Anger, the Incubus, and the Sorceress, and the Picturesque Flower Pot. So it's like you let some of this anger just kind of define who you are, while you keep your inner self locked in this box and not really feeling anything, and you're just totally fine with this presentation, somebody thinking, okay, well, they can think I'm a fucking asshole. That's fine. That's fine. It's none of my business what they fucking think. And you're right. That is none of your business. But the fact that these came out, it's like people can see. People know, not necessarily this, but people can see and can tell and can feel that you are holding something back, and that you are trying to use anger to fill that void in how you connect with people. And I don't mean anger is fucking yelling and shit all the time. It's just that quick to feel that emotion, to let that emotion out, whether that is offensive, defensive. Really easy to get in a very defensive spot over your friends because it takes all of the focus off of you. Okay? So make sure you're not avoiding that either. I really, really hope this helped. Love you.